Guys, welcome to the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update. Today we're talking about vacant land.
You better get fired up.
Guys, happy Wednesday. I love doing these. I do them every single Wednesday, same time at 12:30, and I do them for me, right? I like to go in and see the stats, make sure I know the market, and I think, why not bring everybody along with me? They're going to want to see not only what the answers to the questions are, but also how is Joe finding all what happened here? Oh, I think we're good. I am going to share my screen, and you are able to see here. You can see my screen. We're going to do a search, okay? So you're looking at the MLS. It's a multiple listing service. This is what realtors use to input their listings so that they flood out to Zillow, Realtor, Trulia, Redfin, Coldwell Banker, Remax, Keller Williams, EXP, you name it. It goes out to all those different websites. But also as a buyer's agent, I'm able to come in and do a search for a buyer, right? And I can get all the intimate details of a property. I can get broker's remarks that are not made public. I can see some of the documents that are attached that are important. If it's got a pre-listing inspection, whatever you name it, we've got the information. This is the main hub, the big old database, right? So what I want to do today is look at a certain segment that I have not looked at in probably 3-4 weeks, and that is vacant land. I want to see what's going on with vacant land. Now, I have not gotten a lot of requests for vacant land recently. I think I know why. I'm going to make up why. I think there was a lot of new construction purchases 2-3 years ago because everybody was doing well money-wise. A lot of people with COVID were thinking, well, I'm not going to go out to eat as much or bowling as much or golfing as much. I'm going to stay in. If I'm going to stay in, let's redo the kitchen. Let's redo the floors. Let's redo the roof, whatever it is. Or, hey, let's buy a new construction house, right? And so for that reason, vacant lots, because you got to get the lot to build the house, were hot. Everybody was buying a vacant lot. That's why they went from 30, 40 grand all the way up to probably averaging around 80, 90,000 for a base lot, not a corner lot, not a reserve lot, certainly not an oversized or a waterfront lot, but just a base interior lot that was a quarter acre, right? 80 by 125. So what I'm interested in now is seeing how sales look now compared to 12 months ago, right? The amount of sales. And then we'll look at the average sales price to see kind of what price range is attractive. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to come down to number 3, which is land. And we're going to go Port St. Lucie. And I'm going to come down to type. And we're just going to look at single family detached. So this is your residential lots. So you can see there's 137 available. And if you look at the map over here on the right, all of the green circles depict exactly where those lots for sale are. So they're all over the place, right? Now, coming down, what I want to look at is solds. And I'm going to use, what's today's date? The 13th of December. So let's do this. We're going to go 10/1 of 2023 to 12/1 of 2023. So that's roughly 2 months, right? Well, it's exactly 2 months. We've got, I better write this down or I'm going to forget. And I got spinny circle disease here. I'm looking for this number right here next to view results, but you can see we got spinny circle disease. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put literally anything in. Let's go minimum of $1. Well, it's $1,000. Okay, let's get rid of it. Spinny circle turns into, okay, so 92. So we had 92 sales in roughly the last 2 months, right? Now, I want to compare that to 2 separate years. Let's look at the same date range, 10/1 to 12/1 of 2022. So last year, there were 72 sales. That's interesting. I would have guessed that number has gone down, but it's actually gone up. Let's look at 2021. Come on now. 167. And then let's do one more of 2020. 191. So really what you can see is in 2020, towards the end of the year, we had 191 vacant land sales in 60 days, right? Or roughly 60 days. Then the year after, 2021, it went down a little bit to 167, still incredibly strong. But then the next year, 2022, which was a year ago, it went down to less than half. In fact, about 40%. What would that be? 34. Yeah, it went down to about 45% of what it normally is to 72. That's a significant drop. That's when we see a lot of this new construction coming to a halt. Now it's come back up a little bit. We're at 92 sales during this 2-month period instead of 72 from last year. But now let's start looking at the prices. Okay. So again, where are we at? We're in 2020 right now. And remember, the market changed, right? But let's look at how many did we have? We had 191 sales. Let's put them in a list. And I'm going to put them in order of price. And if we had 191, that means the middle sale is what? Number 95, 180, 190. Nope, 96. 96 was $47,000. That's what a median single family home lot in 2020 between 10-1 and 10 or 12-1 would have run you, right? So now we're going to do exactly the same thing, but we're going to look at 2021. So this is still when the market was pretty hot. I'm guessing it's going to be higher here. So 167, that's 84 is our median price. So let's go to the 84th sold, and that price was 88 grand. That's where we see the monster jump. So from late 2020 to late 2021, the median price for a single family lot jumps almost by double, from 47 grand to $88,000. That's monstrous. That's huge, right? I'm betting it comes down a hair. I'm going to bet it comes down more than that. I like to make guesses. So if it was 88 in 2021, I'm going to say late 2022, it comes down to, I'm going to guess 78. How many do we have? We have 72. So that's the average between 36 and 37. So it's 90, 750, and 91. Oh my gosh, it went up. So let's just call that 91,000. Woo! It went up. So even though sales dropped by 55% from 167 down to 72, prices actually went up 3% for the median price lot. So they were still selling at strong prices. That's very interesting. Okay, but now, again, I'm guessing, but they've got to have come down. I'm guessing they're in the mid to upper 70s right now. But again, I haven't looked at this for 3-4 weeks. So let's see. How many do we have? We have 92, so it's 45, 46. So it's the average between 46 and 47. Holy smokes. Which is 118,750. That is blowing my mind. Look at all these lots that have sold. And that's only 60 days. That is really interesting. So how long are these sitting on the market? Let's look at this. Days on market. The median, right? So again, we're at 92, so that'd be 46, 47. The median is 18, 19 days to go under contract. That's pretty wild. In fact, all but 21. So that would be 71 out of the 92 sold in 75 days or less. That's crazy. That is really interesting to me. So guys, there you have it. There is a pretty good picture of what's going on with vacant land sales. So if you're thinking, hey, prices are coming down, they've been coming down for the last year, I'm happy to wait and get myself a nice cheap lot. Hopefully you didn't say that in 2020, because they went from 47 to 88. And then people in 2021 said it, and it went from 88 to 91. And then they said it in 2022, hey, it's going to come down this year. It's jumped up to 118,750, almost 119. So that really blows my doggone mind. That's pretty crazy. But there you go, guys. There's some numbers, especially if you're looking at future investments, new construction, whatever it is. I don't think that vacant lots are probably the best investment for a lot of reasons. If you're going to buy a specific lot that you love because you love that area, you love, it's on a reserve or water or whatever it is. Yes. For personal reasons, absolutely invest in that, right? If that's what's going to make you happy and you can afford it and everything else. But the thing is, even if you were to buy an expensive rental right now or an expensive flip right now, you think it's expensive. if you can get the rent to offset whatever your monthly payment is, well, then who cares how much it costs you, right? You're making the money, you're making cash flow. So that rental makes sense. With the flip, if you can buy it for what we think is an elevated price, but after putting expenses, into it and closing costs and everything else, you're able to make money by flipping that house, sizable enough money to make you happy. Who cares? Do it, right? It's a good investment. Well, with a vacant lot, you've got to think, how am I making cash flow off of this? The only way to make cash flow, unless you're doing some kind of rental, there are things you could do, but predominantly you're not going to on vacant land. You're holding and hoping it goes up. Could that happen? It could happen, but I don't think that's a great investment right now. Again, unless you're thinking, hey, I want to build my future home here, then great, go get it. Should you hold off on lots? I would say this. If you're a custom home buyer, I can tell you from experience, there's two types of buyers when it comes to new construction. Hey, I want to get new construction because that's what I want, but I want it to be as cheap as possible. And then there's builders for you. You're not going to get a custom. You're not necessarily going to get the lot of your dreams. You're going to get whatever lot they've already decided they're going to build on, right? Or there's the kind of buyer who says, I don't really care what I pay. I want what I want. I want to be where I want. I want the home I want. I want a 4-stall garage instead of a 2. I want 6,000 square feet instead of 1,800. I want 7 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, or whatever weird thing you want. You can do it custom, and you're going to spend more money. For you, if you're listening, go buy a lot, right? It's not that crazy. The difference between now and 2 years ago is 30 grand. And in the realm of a new construction custom house, 30 grand really isn't that big of a deal, right? Not compared to the $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 you're going to pay for the house, and this supposedly is going to be your final home, the home that you stay in forever, raise your family, whatever it is. But if you're thinking, hey, I need a sweet deal, I'm numbers focused, then that's probably not the direction I would go in. I would go look for a builder who's already bought the lot at $60,000, $70,000. They're already committed to building the house, and you can get in a new construction right now, a single family home, not in an HOA, and maybe it's got 1,400 to 1,600 square feet, but you can probably get that around 350 to 380 right now. There are options under 400. A year and a half ago, there were no options under 400. So it's nice to have options. Guys, if you've got any questions that you want answered in the future, or if there's a video that you'd like me to make, feel free to put it in the comments, and we'll always do that. It'll be on both YouTube and on Facebook. And again, as always, come back, watch us every single Wednesday where I give you Florida's Treasure Coast Market Update. Guys, thanks for joining us, and have a fabulous Wednesday.